Hi, my account got hacked, but it's back. So this is gonna be an update video for everybody caught out of the loop of what just happened within the past few days. And it's also gonna be a general update for the channel, the future going forward, that type of thing. For those who don't know, in the past 2 days, my account was hijacked and started live streaming right-wing cryptocurrency bullshit. I woke up to it 2 days ago and it was immediately streaming some Fox News bullshit about Elon Musk. I immediately looked into my Gmail. I tried to recover that, but they had disabled two-factor authentication on Google. Therefore, I couldn't send an authentication to my phone. It was completely hijacked. That was completely wiped. There was no recovery email. My phone wasn't even saved onto it. Password obviously changed. Literally nothing I could do to get into my Gmail. I had to do some scrambling around to figure out what that really entailed. And I started checking my YouTube was the first thing. And that's the first thing I really noticed. So I immediately logged into my secondary account, which is Kryptonic01. Please follow that, by the way. You can expect some more discussion type content. I really want to start getting into more personal, just stories and discussions and things like that, because it just sounds kind of fun. I don't know. But I logged onto that account. I made an update like, hey, my shit's hacked. By then, it had went from Fox News to Andrew Tate. Cryptocurrency bullshit. Misogynists and cryptocurrency obviously goes together like peanut butter and jelly. So that started happening. And then I made the video and I was still really trying to figure out what was going on. I reached out on Twitter to some people, told them what was going on. Some people started sending me videos. I think what happened was my Google Chrome cookies were hijacked. And I'll get into that a little bit in a second. When they do that, they get information on everything you've ever done on Google Chrome. So that includes all the accounts you've logged into. That might also include all of like the passwords that Google Chrome likes to save, you know, that you'd be doing sometimes, because it's like save the password and it's like, oh yeah, easy day, you know? Never thinking about how that's like a major fucking security violation. So there's a couple things I want to clear up, and then I also want to explain what really happened. First of all, this was not a targeted attack. It wasn't somebody who didn't like me and the things I had to say who ultimately hacked my account. It didn't seem like it was like a brute force hack or one guy who was manually doing everything. This was very much an automated hack. And by taking control of my Gmail and getting a hold of everything I've done on Google Chrome, they were able to access my Amazon, which means they were able to access my debit card, and anything linked to that Gmail also got fucked. So that actually included my PayPal as well. Ultimately, between Amazon and PayPal, they ended up buying $1,000 worth of weird money laundering business transaction bullshit. I had to get that fixed for the past 2 days. That's mostly what I've been working on. I've been calling my bank, I've been calling Amazon, I've been calling PayPal. That was fun. That was fucking great time. Recommend it. No, but for real, it was an absolute fucking disaster, and the YouTube was only one part of that. Now, the thing I think happened, right, and I explained this on my Kryptonic01 video about me getting hacked, was I think what recently happened, I recently bought a DVD drive that's actually a Blu-ray reader-writer DVD drive. Imagine trying to install an optical drive in a computer in 2022. It was not fun. Had to buy a bunch of cables. Some of them didn't work. Had to buy new cables. Not fun for that. I bought the Blu-ray drive, but it doesn't come with software, so I had to find some sort of software. And DVD ripper software doesn't really exist in a very accessible capacity these days. Most DVD ripper software is paid for, although like the ones that actually work and can bypass like DRMs and copyright protections and all that jazz, the ones that actually work are like paid softwares. I don't want to do that. So I went for the free shit, right? Went to a website, and I've downloaded stuff from this website before, and this website has always been pretty sketchy. I won't name the website because I don't want you to go there, but I kind of knew the risk going into a website like this, where it was like, this is how you get free software, and this isn't like a super established thing, you know what I mean? Like, it's the black market of software. I downloaded the software, opened up the .exe. Turned out it didn't do anything, to my knowledge, at the time. It just opened the .exe. Nothing fucking happened. I was like, okay. And I deleted that .exe and then just moved on. Eventually ended up settling for a program that is technically paid, but is also like has a free trial that lets you do most of its functionality that you would need in the first place. I don't think that was the problem. I think what was the problem was the .exe that I downloaded from that sketchy site that looked like it didn't do anything, but probably installed some cookie malware bullshit onto my computer. That's probably the most likely scenario. Now I say that that's not definitively it because first of all, I don't know. A virus scan didn't come up with anything specific, which is a little concerning. It makes me think maybe that's still on my computer. I have no way of knowing for sure as of now because I don't know how to deal deal with that. But that might not be the issue because I also do a lot of sketchy things on the internet, right? I'll go into more detail about that in a video on Cryptonic 01 sometime in the near future. So that's what I think happened. That's how I think I got my account seized and everything in the past bullshit. That's the origin of it. The solution was this whole fucking fiasco. Let me explain. So Google, right? When you have your Gmail account hacked, Google itself does not have any customer support whatsoever. There is a customer support number, but it is an automated service that just leads you straight to the website. Now, if two-factor authentication does not work for your account, ultimately, Google has no way of restoring that account. It doesn't give you any avenue to do so. The only thing it suggests is making a new Gmail. And without that two-factor authentication, it could pretend like it could help you, and it would be like, oh yeah, let me just email this email that you don't have access to, like a security code or whatever, and just put that in, and then you get the account back. Fucking no, I don't have the account. It's not gonna fucking work. So Google was not going to help me. So I kind of thought I was fucked. Turns out somebody messaged me on Twitter and told me about @TeamYouTube on Twitter, which a lot of people will in a tweet, and then they'll start messaging this @TeamYouTube account, which will help them get their accounts back. I messaged them and it was kind of a back and forth for a couple of days, you know, in between me fixing all my financial bullshit because they didn't have the right recovery email. They sent me a link that was, this email should be able to open this form. I wasn't able to open it, and it was kind of a back and forth for a couple days. Ultimately, I was able to fill out a form, and this form was just a bunch of information to try and figure out if I'm the actual owner and see if this account has any, you know, weird, sketchy activity going on it so they can disable it and then give me back my access. I had to fill out some questions like locations I had been in the recent times. I had to fill out like the most recent video, the channel ID. I had to get all of this information, just pull it out of my ass, essentially. I also had to look through my VPN because I have a VPN, which I always have access to on my desktop, which I also don't always use on my phone. Kind of defeats the point, but whatever. I had to look at all the places that I'd been recently, which was a lot because I've been in a lot of different places in the past 2 months. So it was kind of hard to narrow down, and I was afraid that that was going to be like a red flag for anybody looking at that information. Like, oh, he's been to fucking this place, he connected to this foreign VPN, blah, da, 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 da. Like, that wasn't looking good for me. But ultimately, within a day, that was approved, and they ended up disabling my account while the hacker had access to it, and they were like, hey, we're going to give you a link to recover your Gmail account because we understand that your Gmail account was kind of the main thing that was hacked. I was able to get my Gmail account back by filling out some stuff on my phone, giving like the old backup email, the old phone number, that type of thing, and it was able to verify it that way. Got the account back, was able to unprivate all the videos. Fortunately, they didn't delete the videos, they just privated them. I don't know why a hacker would do that. If I was a hacker, I would delete them, you know what I mean? Like, those fucking videos are gonzo. Thank you, benevolent hacker, for not deleting the videos. And the account's back. I've reset up the account. All the videos that I had privated are now unprivated. I set up the playlist again. Everything should be back to normal. Nobody freak out. Okay, the hacker itself is unknown. I don't know who specifically did it. Again, it wasn't a targeted attack. This was me accidentally downloading some malware on a website and them just seizing the opportunity. I saw a video and it said that a lot of the times when these channels like mine get seized, the people who hack them will basically just sell them on the black market to the highest bidder, and then that person will just put whatever fucking content bullshit they want through it for any period of time just to get any amount of exposure, whatever, you know, financial thing or agenda that they're pushing, because any exposure is better than no exposure to these people. My financial situation is fine. They did happen to, you know, spend over $1,000, but I have more than $1,000. So like, I'm not particularly worried. They only had access to my debit or my checking account. They didn't have access to my savings or any other fucking money I have. I'm financially okay. I'm working with Amazon and PayPal and the bank to get all those, you know, things refunded and put in like a, you know, words escape me. A fraud. Put in a fraud report and things like that. Nobody wants to lose $1,000 fucking dollars. And for a lot of people, that's a lot of money. So I'm very fortunate to be in the position I'm in where that doesn't cripple me. On top of that, it's been a minute since I've talked about the channel and since I've talked about what's been going on with me personally, publicly on a YouTube post. I have posted some things on like YouTube community posts, and I've posted some stuff on Twitter. You should definitely follow me on Twitter if you ever want to get like that up-to-date information on what's going on with me personally. So a couple months ago, I moved back here to my childhood home. I was previously in the United States military. Now I am no longer there. My contract is up and I'm back back home. For about a month, I was unemployed, but an update I haven't really talked about is I have a job coming up, a full-time position at a company. It'll be a pretty big commitment to time, just like the military was. So I wouldn't expect a higher volume of videos. I'll be working on them as a hobby, just as I have been before. How to Fix Kingdom Hearts Part 5, still under development. I'm still writing the episode as well. In the past, I had finished writing and then started making the video and everything. This time I decided to put up a preview of kind of the general outline, which is the only thing I'd really written at that time, and then start writing and going as I go. Not the best way to go about it, but the past few months, especially past 3, 4, even 5 months, have been completely hectic. I have not had time to work on it at all, and I didn't want to keep you guys waiting ultimately. Anyways, yeah, that's kind of the whole update. I really appreciate everybody's support on Twitter, on YouTube as well. Everybody showed their support, and a lot of people gave me good advice, gave me good pointers on what to do next. That really helped out a lot. Obviously, thanks to Team YouTube for being a fucking homie, hooking me up with the channel. That was dope. Fuck you, Google, for not having customer support. One of the biggest digital corporations in the fucking planet has an entire digital empire, doesn't have customer support. Amazon has customer support. I got a customer support person on Amazon in like 2 minutes. But yeah, I'm a little upset about that, but that's fine. It's fine. I got the account back. Calm down. No, I said fucking calm down. Sorry, I get a little schizo sometimes because it's funny. Thanks so much for watching. Stay tuned for more content, and I love you guys. Thanks.